Er sagte,
So, Timur, hier sind wir.
hey, there we are.
There we are, in English today.
In English, that's the first time for me today. Okay, let's try to survive.
Okay, so first English show with Timur. Timur, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Timur Koban. Yes, I've been working now with Tradimo since I think 2 or 3 weeks, yeah. Beginning of 1st of December, I'm I'm the head of sales of Tradimo. I've been here in the business since 25 years, starting 93, career at the Future and Future Exchange, CBOT, New York Sugar and Cocoa Exchange. And then I was one of the co-founders of a very, very famous investment bank here in Middle Europe in Germany. And I left this bank. I made at first the IPO, of course, before I left in 2007. And then 2016, I left the bank, went to the Naga Group. There I worked also 1 year, made also an IPO, the second in my life. And left last year the Naga Group, and now I'm working for Tradimo, also with the same focus, with the same target. Yeah, make more successful, more power, everything.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Good.
Okay, then let's take a look at the markets today. What is going on at the moment? What is everyone waiting for?
Yes, what we are waiting for is today in the evening a very, very important I would say decision from the Fed, if they leave the rates unchanged or if they want to hike the rate about quarter points. Yeah, and there have been a hard discussion between the Fed and the government also from the past. Yeah, the Fed Chairman Powell, just also making an announcement through the flowers, we would say in Germany, that they won't react to Trump anyway, because Trump is on the other side very, very afraid about the recession in the United States because of the trade wars between China and the USA, and of course about the global recession at all. And this could affect also the American economy, and Trump isn't fine with that if the Fed would hike the rates on a quarter point, because this won't be a very good and effective on the economy in the USA. But the Fed will show, in my opinion, that they are independent, and their mission is to hold the inflation on a very low level.
Yeah. Maybe a general explanation about the Fed. If someone is a beginner and doesn't understand what the Fed is and what they are deciding and why it's important, how would you explain it in 2-3 sentences?
The Fed is the American central bank, or the central bank in the United States, and decides about the rates at all, between the rates regarding the credits, what the banks are given. Or to the banks are given from the Fed to the banks, and if they hike the rate or raising the rate about the quarter point, that means the credits will be more expensive for the economy or for the companies at all, and this would say also lower the investments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If anybody has a question, by the way, feel free to post it directly in the chat. We are happy to reply directly. So
the current rates, I think, for the information at all, the current rates are in the United States at 2.25, and they think that they are, with a very high possibility they want to hike the rate to 2.50. In my opinion, if they hike the rate, these are in the quotes already. So I don't think that this will affect.
Priced in, so to speak.
Yes, priced in. and in my opinion, this won't affect the markets at all. A very big surprise would be if Powell, the president of the Fed, won't hike the rate, and this would be a very big surprise and would affect a very high volatility in the currencies. Yeah,
would create a. Let's take a look at the currencies
yes.
that you have mentioned. So
let's take euro dollar. I think
euro dollar. Generally, there's more activity, I think, than let's say the algorithmically generated news would have predicted. So we have a lot of news that came out today that are saying that the markets are very quiet ahead of the Fed. I actually have to disagree. That we see 0.57% move already in euro dollar against the dollar. So that's a big move for the euro here. Especially before such a big news. And when we go back to the stock markets and the equities here, the German DAX is really quiet. But if we look, for example, at the NASDAQ, we have a more than 1% move already upwards. So we're really drifting higher here. Here we can see some news here. Stocks rise modestly as investors await the Fed. Dow rises modestly. US stocks open largely unchanged, blah, blah. So you often have a lot of automatically generated news that really sometimes aren't quite right. So we have quite a nice upward move. It's the biggest upward move of the last week. So far. So it's what is this? It could be if I open this here, it could be, for example, that people are closing their positions that have been short on the markets, that want to be protected in case there's a market rally after a Fed decision.
Yes, this could happen. And the next point is regarding the rising of the euro dollar. Is I think you got the message that the European Union and Italy got the breakthrough regarding the budget. Yeah, they confirmed each other. And that everything is fine, and everyone expected that the right-wing party in Italy won't follow the routes of the European Union regarding the budget now. But today we received the message that everything is fine, and that there was a very positive effect in the euro dollar.
I'm so good when it comes to currency trading this year. I have taken the entire move from 122 at the beginning of the year, like around here, so to 113.5, and now I shifted our company money away from dollar.
You're a very good trader, Sebastian.
Yeah, I think I saved our company over 100,000 euros this year just by deciding in which currency to park our company savings.
Okay.
Without leverage.
Okay, let me transfer my asset to you, I think.
With that, we can talk about Tradimo Premium, where I and many other people in our team are sharing our trades and also our trades that we make with the $100,000 Tradimo account. So if you go to Tradimo, at the moment we have the €6 special birthday offer because Tradimo celebrates its 6th birthday, and with that we are offering for €6, and I think for the American market for $6. Is that correct?
That was Tradimo 6.
Tradimo 6. But is it $6 also for Americans? Yeah. So $6 or €6 depending on where you live, with the voucher code Tradimo 6 that you can also see here in the banner. That's where you can enjoy our premium service for a reduced rate. So instead of €49 or dollars, you get it for 6 weeks. So with that you get access here to our premium community where we share with you the trades that we make with our $100,000 account.
Yeah, that's the key for success, I think, huh? Okay.
Yeah, we in these times of where other people are destroying their accounts. There was horrible volatility this year in the natural gas market, for example, where many hedge funds went bankrupt, and and a lot of in the indices. If you're just an ETF investor, you're also down this year. The Tradimo account is 10% up on the year so far, and so that's, I mean, rather have the $10,000 than not to have it. No, I mean, and in the long run, when we look at this little forecast here, or I mean, well, you call it what you want. This is a calculator basically where you can see how much money you can make by trading and investing versus just saving your money on your bank account. And if you start with $100,000 like we have, and you make our yearly performance that we have at the moment, which is around 12%, and you do this for 30 years, well, of course, it's not a guarantee that we succeed every year with that, but for the past 6 years, we have always had between 20 and 60% return per year in our team. And yeah, with that, you can see that at 12%, you end up with $3 million after 30 years. With 20%, you're at $23 million. And if you go to the extreme of what one person in our team has achieved, whoa. Then, of course, but nobody, I think in the history of the stock market, nobody has succeeded in maintaining this long term, the 60% per year. But over 30 years, that would make you a 132-fold billionaire.
Wow.
You just start with $100,000. You never invest anything else, and you are basically richer than Warren Buffett.
That sounds great. Very, very great. Okay.
But of course, Warren Buffett's average is more around 23%. And of course, he started with a bit more than $100,000. So.
Yeah, that's great. So if you want to get the trading signals from Tradimo, you have to register and to be a member of the premium access. Is that correct?
Yeah, so you can buy the premium access for, like, especially at the moment with our birthday offer, or you can also, if you live in Europe, you can also get a scholarship from some banks and brokers that would cover the fee for you.
Yeah, that's great, man. You know, Benjamin Franklin, everyone knows this guy. You know, Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in education always pays the highest returns, you know, and this is really, investment in education is the best. So I would I would recommend to everyone, yeah. So Tradimo has got really, from the quality side, the best education tools, and to be a member is the best investment.
Yeah. Just had a comment here in the chat that the number is billions, and I also thought that I said billions, but if I said something else or have been misunderstood here, then yeah, of course I meant billions. So if you start with $100,000 and if you end up having these 60% per year, that's $139 billion. Yeah.
Okay.
So this here would be the millions, and this is billions.
Yes, 139 billion. Yeah, that's a huge amount.
Yeah.
I think my wife would be happy.
And I definitely said richer than Warren Buffett, and everyone knows he's a multi-billionaire, so don't turn around, twist the words in my mouth here. Okay, but back to the markets.
What is your expectation today in the evening? What do you think about the Fed?
Well,
will they follow Trump or not?
I think they honestly don't take it into account what he says or thinks, because then they would end up having some irrational policies. But they do have the same goal as him, which is the health of the American economy, and there is a risk of a recession. So I could imagine that they surprise and don't raise the interest rates and create another stock market move upwards.
Oh,
because
okay.
But they're like to look at it from to explain it all the way. So if normally you would think that the stock market goes up if the interest rates stay low, because it allows people to take loans in order to invest. Cheaper loans to invest either in the real economy or to invest in more stocks. And that usually should make the market go up. But at the same time, the reason why the Fed is increasing the interest rate, or are saying that they will increase the interest rate, is that the economy is doing well and that they can afford to increase the interest rate, and so that if the economy ends up going into a recession in the future, they also can reduce the interest rate again and stimulate the economy by doing that. So if they now suddenly don't increase the interest rate, it would be perceived as a very negative signal, which could send the stocks tumbling.
Yes.
And that's exactly why, actually more importantly than the actual interest rate decision, is the communication around the interest rate decision. So whether they increase it or decrease it, the important thing is that they say that the American economy is going to do well. And in that, they are exactly the same as Trump, because he would always sign that.
Okay. I think we have to do a favor both sides. We have to wait after the week. No, after the evening, we have to talk once again. Who is right?
Yeah. On Friday we can do the resolution.
Yes, Friday.
But yeah, well, that's at least. So but if I had to make a bet on it, I think that I basically think that they will increase the interest rate.
Okay.
They will say that the American economy is doing well, and then at the same time they will communicate that they have a lot of confidence in the American economy for next year, but that they want to be also careful and reserve the right to not increase the interest rate as often as currently priced in, and they will say it in some softer, more hidden ways, but that could make the market rally a bit, because I think they don't want it to go down more than it has already. That being said, their mandate is not to boost the stock market. Their mandate is to boost the American economy, but people consume more when their stocks go up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, Sebastian. I'm with you. Okay,
so let's see. A couple of other comments here. The compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Billions in 30 years. Yeah, that. I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than compound interest. It's amazing. Yeah, and people are hoping that the dollar will strengthen here in the chat. Yeah, that's what I don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily expect it at the moment because of. Well, it depends against what. So the euro has already been weakened a lot if we look at the euro-dollar exchange rate. And I think it is time for some mean reversion here. So often in currencies, you have a kind of reversion to the average of a certain period. And I think that maybe this trend here is overstretched, but and that it will go a bit more towards 116 again before continuing the trend. But of course, I have to say, like, nothing that we say here is a recommendation to trade or act on what we say. We are purely entertaining and educating, and that is our mandate. The Fed needs to boost the economy. We need to boost the education and make it a bit more fun to learn about all of this, because it is fun. This matters. Whether if you don't care about the interest rate, then you don't care about life.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. That's correct. Okay, very good.
This here is the representation of our economy, of our reality, of everything. The stock market, the currency markets is the mathematical representation of the world we live in. It's a great thing to explore.
The temperature curve.
Yeah, with that, I've been thinking about Microsoft lately. It's taken over, I think, even Apple in market cap recently. And if you look at this chart since 2016, I think all the people that said it's a good time to invest in Microsoft here at that time is very, very interesting. Okay. People are asking, what does Premium provide for us? Okay, so we can, of course, go into that. So let me click here on Learn More about Premium. So generally, let me just also log in here and show you briefly. So when you register at Trademo and log in as a user, and then we can have a look at the pound dollar, of course. Yeah, I love the interaction here. Great. Timur thought this would only be a 5-minute thing because he wasn't confident about his English skills, and now you're taking him down the rabbit hole. Okay, so basically when you register at Trademo, you start with the Beginner Nano Diploma. The Beginner Nano Diploma, wait, this is the German one. Let me go to the, now I understand why I have it twice on my account. Okay, so we have here the English Beginner Nano Diploma. This is what you get for free. When you register, we tell you exactly what you should look at amongst all of our hundreds of courses. We have over 600 hours of video courses. And one of the questions that many people have is, of course, in which order to take them. And there we tell you as a beginner, learn the basics of Forex trading, the basics of stock trading, learn how to not go broke, and in that order. And then open a demo account. And if you struggle with that, basically in this project here, someone will actually reply to you. So you say like where you are opening your demo account, how you do it, where you're struggling with the setup maybe of the software and so on, and a professional trader will actually reply to you. We do all of this for free to get you started in the financial markets. Then we go a little bit more in depth with technical analysis, emotional control, and a first exemplary strategy. And you can open a live account with a broker, which gives you also, depending on where you live, reduced access to premium. And after that, when you're done with the Beginner Nano Diploma, the question is, of course, kind of which rabbit hole you want to go down on. And we have, or go down to, go down on is something else. So we have the Forex Trader Nano Diploma, we have the Investor Nano Diploma, and then very, very shortly, we will also have 2 other ones, namely we have the Certified Derivatives Trader Nano Diploma, which is also recognized by Eurex, Deutsche Börse, and the British FCA, and the European Institute for Financial Engineering. We have we will very soon also in English have an Options Trader Nano Diploma, and we are also going to offer a Day Trader Nano Diploma. So these already exist in German and will follow in English in the future. And what this means is that you can basically, let's take a look at the Forex Trader one, for example. You have here 52 hours of learning materials in the right order, and including 13 projects by a professional trader, basically is created for you, where you interact on a one-on-one basis to really prove your knowledge and make sure that you haven't just looked at the materials, read the materials, checked your knowledge via quizzes, but that you have really applied it yourself. And that's one thing that you get with Premium. The other thing is there is a Premium community. So here we have, for example, our English channel and also English signals. And you get just at the moment you can get this for €6. Simply for 6 weeks. After that, it continues at 49. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? You're saying it, Jeffrey. Unbelievable. It's, I mean, we offer the highest value for money in the education world, I would say, and we do it because, I mean, we are not the most profitable company in the world right now because we want to really reach a lot of people. And for that, we're first willing to invest and to offer our services even below cost because we want to reach not just the people that are already passionate about financial markets. We want to reach also the people that so far are scared, that are not coming from a rich family, and so on and so on and so on. And we want to do it together with the financial industry, together with all of you. And we want to create basically a movement, not just something that makes a little bit of money here and there. So, that's why we do it.
Yeah, sounds great.
And here in the he's signing up. Thank you. You have made my day. This is why we do the show, so people can get to know us. And basically, there you can see. Basically, we do like option trading also, where you can see like the different trades that we have done, and they're always posted in real time when we open a position, when we close a position. Also, these are done for educational purposes, and it's not designed for you to replicate it and then if you do it, you do it at your own risk. But one thing is we do guarantee that if you follow this for 10 years and really study hard and stick to the rules of money management and so on, and if you end up worse than your than a savings account, then you can have your money back from us that you paid to us, because that's what we stand for. I mean, really screw the savings account. Have a pension account, have a trading account, have an investing account, and learn the different ways to manage those with Tradimo.
Just sounds great. Sounds great. There's a great offer, great access, great education. Everything is great. You have to be stupid not to take this. Really.
Yeah, I mean it's true. It's incredible that it's not already done by millions. But
we are on the best way. We are on the best way.
Yeah. Let's look at the pound dollar as requested. So here we have the pound dollar, also called cable.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going into Forex? What's more important, understanding the market, reading the news, or analysis of the graph? Yeah, so Jack, that's an excellent question. There are very different approaches. I personally, I'm a fundamental guy. I just look at the chart to confirm whether I'm right about the current main fundamental trends. And then there are, the first $1 billion Forex hedge fund manager that I've met in my life. He told me that he never looked at the news, that the chart is pricing in all news, and therefore he basically tells all the reporters, all the banks that are sending him news, just to basically shut the fuck up, and just so that he can concentrate on the charts. And that's the only thing he needs to know. Is it going up? Is it going down? And which risk is he willing to take? And then most of his work consists in not trading and just remaining disciplined and waiting for exactly the setup that he's waiting for on the chart and ignoring the news. Yeah, but for me, I like to understand, what is the American central bank policy? What is the European central bank policy? And does this trend at the moment work out in the one direction or the other? Because if one is more loose than the other, if one increases interest rates and the other one is leaving them unchanged, then it's simply a fact that the price will change. Then of course you can see it in the chart, but I like to understand why. I don't have enough confidence in the chart to trade without understanding the why. But if both come together, then I like to trade.
Okay.
How it's for you, Timur?
For me personally, all of the points you have to take care, but the most important point is discipline at the market. Yeah. Discipline about your own strategy, about your money management, about the risk management. Yeah, these are the most. Well, this is the most important point. Yeah, that you have your own discipline to survive at the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can find a good trading desk for Forex here. Let me see. I wanted, where's the, let's see here. So okay, and then I wanted to take a look at the Forex. Yeah. Okay, so here we have an overview of a number of chart signals. So let's take a look here at the cable. Where do we have it? Because we're still looking at the cable at the moment. Here we have pound, and where do we have the USD? Let's sort it by name so we have it easier. Okay, so here. No, now I went over it again. Am I being stupid? Where's the cable here? Going crazy.
Where's the K? I think not on the list. Oh, I don't think.
That would be very strange. But it's not there, is it?
No, it's not there.
Because
no signals.
Very strange. Is it okay if we take another look at euro dollar then?
Yes.
Or we can take a look at euro pound. Also very interesting. So, okay, what I wanted to show here is, so we can take a look here, for example, at the latest signal was here a gravestone doji on the 15-minute chart, but that one is definitely being smashed here right now, but that might be a reason not to go long. Let's take a look at some other signals. So if we're just talking technicals, then we can just add them all here in this software. Of course, still worthwhile to understand like what lies behind these, and we can look on. We can also scan for different signals. So let's say we want to see a breakout beyond a certain pivot point. Nothing available right now. We can see maybe here on the daily. This is interesting, you know, when you look at this was a bullish signal, and since then it has really like rallied a lot. If you're on the daily chart,
and the signals are coming from?
The signals are generated automatically. They're a technical, purely based on the technical programming.
Okay.
But this is software that you can get access to via Trademo. So just ask us in the premium community. Shankar is asking, where is euro dollar going? Yeah, that's the $1 million question.
I wouldn't sit here really if I knew this.
I would still sit here if I knew it, so I'm gonna give it a try.
You know what? I would sit at the beach with a cocktail in the hand and enjoying the sun also.
Well, it depends, of course, on the time horizon. Like I said, it depends on tonight on the Fed. That's why it's a bit silly to make a prediction now. But the easiest is to do it like Jesse Livermore and say, like, I got no clue, but I'm going to see what the market is going to do, and then I can still react. So that's, I think, how most traders are going to do it. Is Forex a quick rich scheme, and can anyone start off with very little money? I mean, many people sell Forex as a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's exactly people who have no clue and that want to make a lot of money sitting at home doing nothing that fall for it, and that's also the ones that are offering it. So I would stay away from anyone that tells you you can make a lot of money quickly. But of course, we are talking about a leveraged product where anyone can risk a lot of money if they want to, and then if it goes well, of course you can also make money. I mean, I'll show you my biggest regret in the, or maybe it's, I can't zoom out that far. But no, I can't zoom out that far. But in general, of course, you can, especially when there's a central bank decision that is a fundamental change in the market. Let me just open a longer term.
But Sebastian, this is the reason why it's the best way before start to playing around with Forex, for example, to get at first to invest at first €6 to invest at first €6 or $6 for the premium access, and to learn at first the Forex business at all, to have the basic, and then to start with the demo, and then to start with the real account. I think this is really the best way. So I would recommend to this guy here with his question, get an access at first, or be a register at premium, get an access over the premium, learning at first the basics of Forex and other OTC products, and then start to run. Yeah,
absolutely.
you have to check out at first your environment before you go in the forest.
We have when it comes to all the news announcements, there's also here the if you go to news.trademo.com/economic calendar, that's where you can see also here all the events that are coming up and when they are coming up, and you can choose also to show only the ones with high importance if you want to, and then you end up here with all the most important announcements that are going to happen. And here you can, is this here basically, well, where's the Fed announcement tonight? Well, it will be at 8, won't it? It's usually
Yeah, 8 p.m. 8
So
p.m. Central
it's
European Time.
it's part of all of these announcements, basically. Yeah. So here's all the Federal Reserve announcements are coming here.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to show you is here you see the euro dollar on a longer time frame, and when you take a look up here at almost 140, that's when the euro that's when the big central bank announcement came from Mario Draghi that he will do a big investment in buying bonds and lowering the interest rates. So this then, it was very clear at that point that this would change the trend completely. And at that point, I got super excited and invested a lot of money in going short. And the only problem was that during the day, it first reversed because he afterwards said that he wasn't 100% sure when it would start. And then it went up very quickly a lot just on that day, before basically falling so much that I would be very rich today if that hadn't stopped me out up there. But that's when you get a bit too greedy. So what I have learned from that is definitely, that's definitely when I realized that I was too greedy, and that if I had just taken it a bit more easy, I would have still made several $100,000 on this way down. So that's, of course, where you can, even with just a couple of $1,000s, make a lot of money when a move like this happens. And moves like this do happen over time. I mean, here also when we were end of last year at 105, and then we went almost back to 126. I mean, that's a huge move as well. It's about being able to play the long-term trends right, with the right amount of risk that you can really stay in the trend. So that is one thing that that's one way to make money. But there are many different ways to make money. There's also many ways to lose money. So risk management, like Timur said, is really important, because especially if you want to turn little money into a lot of money. I have seen people turn 3,000 euros into 3 million euros. But there's way more people that lost the 3,000 euros than those that turned it into 3 million. So just consider how valuable the 3,000 are to you, and how important the 3 million are to you, and how often you're willing to risk the 3,000 in order to get the 3 million. And yeah, the more time you give yourself to reach it, the easier it gets, because when you go back to what we had here, the calculator, then you can retire as a multimillionaire also with a low risk if you give yourself enough time.
That's true.
And I mean, people that are born today have a life expectancy of over 100 years. So if you start when you're 30, this calculator doesn't even suffice for calculating your retirement time. I mean, maybe your retirement time, but not the end of your life. So if you're starting with 30 and you go into retire with 80, then you'll be a tenfold millionaire with a definitely achievable rate of return.
I think I won't retire personally, really, because retirement is very boring.
Yeah, I think retirement is what kills you. No?
Yes,
I mean,
that's correct.
yeah, 22 is a great age to start all this. I mean, you will probably retire when you're 90 if you're lucky. No, you can probably retire whenever you want to if you do this here well. But if you really enjoy life, you probably want to work, and then all of this is your extra income. So
Yeah.
But okay, we have more work to do, and we need to take care of our premium members as well. So join us. It's just €6 at the moment. It's a crazy good offer to get to know us, and yeah, we would be
And
very,
the
very happy
seats,
to have you.
yeah,
with us.
and the seats are limited. Yeah, I think you have to show the attendance here how many seats were left, and we started I think with 666
Yeah,
seats.
so
Now
there's-
we are at 120, and I'm very, very convinced that by the end of this week, lately next week, nothing will be left.
Well, let's see. I'd be happy to have the spaces filled. Okay. See you guys.
Okay, thank
Appreciate you guys
Sebastian.
as well. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you, all the others. Thank you very much, guys. We look
Thank
forward
you.
to having you with us. Thank you, Timur. Of
Thank you.
course.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.